Zapier is a webhook tool that allows you to connect 2 or more apps to automate repetitive tasks without any coding and without waiting for developers to build the integration. So first, what are webhooks? Webhooks are automated messages sent from apps when something happens. So almost in the same way that a bank might send you an SMS when you make a new purchase, you can set up webhooks for your HeySummit event to notify you when something happens, like when a new ticket is purchased, for example. Zapier is a great tool because it easily allows you to set this up. So each Zap has a triggering event, and when that event happens, it will do something. So for example, you might decide that when an attendee completes the registration, the triggering event, you might want to save that attendee into a Google Sheet. So that is the action. These are the available triggering events. So new attendee. An attendee is created as soon as a user submits their email into a call to action box. So this can happen at the beginning of the registration process or further down the line. Because of the different entry points and processing time of the Zap, you may receive varied data. If they entered it as their first step, you might only receive the email. Think of this Zap as someone has signaled interest in my event and they've begun the registration process. So that's what it's flagging you for. The second is tickets purchased. So this is triggered when an attendee completes the registration and checkout process. Because this only sends at the very end of the registration process, you are guaranteed the attendee's complete registration information. So this Zap is useful if you want a consistent attendee data payload and are only interested in knowing about attendees who complete the registration process. The third is new talk attendee. So this Zap will let you know anytime an attendee signs up for a session. You'll receive a Zap for every sign up, which means that if an attendee signs up for 2 sessions, you would receive 2 Zaps for that attendee. This Zap is useful if you want to keep an eye on how popular certain sessions are, or you want to see when people are signing up. So we're signed into the virtual event dashboard, event setup, API settings. If you scroll down, you'll see recommended Zaps. So for the purpose of this video, we're going to try the Create Google Sheets row for each new HeySummit registration. Click Use this Zap. You'll be taken to the Zapier page. Follow the sign-in prompts if you're not already signed in. So it's auto-filled the trigger and it's also auto-filled the app for us. But if you hover over trigger event, you could always select a different option if you decided. Click continue and then choose your HeySummit account. If it's the first Zap you're setting up, you'll need to quickly connect your account before proceeding. Save and continue. So click test trigger and it will find an attendee that is already registered for your event. Before using the Zaps, you'll want to have your page live and either have registrations already or have gone through the registration process yourself and created a fake sign up because Zapier will need some existing data to test with. Great, so it has tested the trigger, so let's click continue. If you haven't already set up your spreadsheet, sign into your Google Drive and create a Google Sheet. There are some directions on the Zapier website about the requirements for these Google Sheets, but most importantly, you will need to have already put your headers into the sheet. Great, so it's already selected Google Sheets for us and it's already selected the action event. We're going to keep it at Create Spreadsheet row. So for every new attendee registration, a new row in the spreadsheet will be created. Now we're going to connect the Google Sheets account. You can click Connect New Account to add your Google account or select one you might have added already. Great, super easy. Click Save and Continue. So now we just need to set up the action, which is where Zapier will find your chosen Google Sheet. So I'm selecting the sheet, selecting the worksheet, which I haven't actually named, but it was sheet 1. Now insert some data from our test attendee. So under name, select the attendee's name. Under email, select the attendee's email and continue until you've completed all of the boxes. Click save and continue. Now we just need to test this action. As you can see, it looks pretty good. It's found the right spreadsheet, the right worksheet, the name seems correct, the right email. Let's test and continue. Great, so now if we go to our Google Sheet, we'll see that Zapier has auto-filled this information correctly. And once we're happy with how it looks, we can click Turn on Zap in order for this to operate in the lead up to your event.